Hello you guys, and welcome to It's Time for Yarn. It has been a hot minute, pun intended, since I've been on here, and I'm here to explain where have I been. I've gotten a couple comments from you guys being like, hey girl, are you okay? What's going on? And I'm here to tell you everything's fine. I do have a list of excuses, a list of reasons why I haven't been making videos, and so I'm here to share them with you guys and get back on the train, hop back on the wagon, and try to get some videos pre-recorded before I have my little baby. Because number one reason on my list here of why I haven't been making videos and posting for you guys is because I am 9 months pregnant, and just frankly I'm exhausted, you guys. This is hard, but I've had a relatively smooth pregnancy, so I'm grateful for that. In the big picture, I haven't had any complications other than just being tired, but I just turned 39 at the end of March this year, and so this body it's not a spring chicken trying to have a baby. So in the way of maternity age, I'm kind of up there in age. So my body is like, girl, what are you doing? We're tired. So when I get home from work, I usually rest and fall asleep pretty early, and sometimes eat dinner and sometimes I don't because I'm just tired. But I'm officially on maternity leave, have been for about a week. I have 2 more weeks to go before my little baby comes. And you know, a lot of women work right up into the day they have their baby, but I'm like, look, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna take some time to rest. So here I am on maternity leave, resting. I'll make my way back to the deli probably in about 10 more weeks, 11 more weeks, but I'm gonna have some time at home with my little baby. And to be honest, it's kind of weird because, you know, I'm a teacher usually. Like, I come from the teacher world, and I'm used to getting 2 months off. You know, like, of course, we're not making any money, you know, might be a little strapped financially, but I can be at home relaxing for 2 months. And so I haven't had that in a couple of years, and so I'm like, look, I'm ready for my 2 months off. So here I am, just started my break, and I'm excited about it. I'm just telling you, I'm excited. I know I won't be resting a whole lot in a couple weeks when the baby gets here, but at least I won't have to worry about going to work, so that'll be nice. But anyhow, we've been last minute preparing for the baby, last minute trying to rest, trying to make sure we have all the essentials. You know, of course, you're not going to have every single thing you're ever going to need, but we're trying our best to be prepared, you know, like every good parent does, tries to be ready, but who's ever really ready, right? But anyway, a little update on my dog. Savannah is 7 months old. She is feisty as ever. She's got a big personality, but that's why we like her particular breed. I'll try to insert some pictures of her and how much she's grown. And Kiki Vaughn is doing really well. I am very happy with the progress that she's made with us. She's been with us for about 10 months, and she was very skittish, very shy, very nervous when she first came to live with us. And she is really showing her personality. She's wanting to play with my husband and snuggle with him. She's a little more scared of men than women, so for her to be opening up to my husband really makes my heart happy. So I'm like, oh, Kiki, she's such a sweetheart. So we're starting to see a little more of her personality, and it is awesome. Just love it, love to see it. So what have I been doing since I'm not posting? I haven't been filming. What have I been doing? Right, well, never fear, I have been crocheting. I just haven't been filming it. Sorry. I've just been crocheting to relax. I'm now crocheting a lot because, you know, I come home and I'm tired. But, you know, I had some projects going. For a minute there, I had quite a few projects going. And I made some amigurumi for my baby shower to give out to the kids that came to my shower, because, you know, my friends have kids and they're welcome to come. Like, bring your kids, sure. And like, the whole party is for a kid, so I mean, like, bring your babies, let them come and spend time with me because I love them too, you know. So I made some amigurumi cupcakes and a jellyfish that I honestly was just trying to use up my yarn when I made the jellyfish, but it was a hit. I gave it to my best friend Brandy, and her children love it. And so my husband wants me to make a couple for our baby. In case you didn't know, his name is Trip. He is going to be named after my husband, who is a junior. So my baby is going to be the third. So we're going to call him Trip, like triple. And so we're going to call him Trip. So my husband's like, hey, make some of those little jellyfish to hang from his mobile that's hanging above his crib. So I've got to make some little miniature jellyfish to hang over his crib. And I had the idea to make a bigger jellyfish that could be like the mommy jellyfish, where the jellyfish can be the little ones after he gets older. Can we take it down off of the mobile, and we can put them inside the mommy jellyfish, just for him to be able to play with them when he gets older. So that's like in the back of my mind to do. One thing at a time. Right now I gotta make the little ones, but anyway, I also made some little turtles. Oh my gosh, they were so adorable. I will insert some pictures. I don't have any of the cupcakes or the jellyfish. I don't have the turtles that I made because I made them as gifts and they've been given away already. So, but I did take pictures. So I will insert those so I can show you guys, because I am so proud of those little turtles. They're adorable. It's a no-sew pattern from all from Jade. I will link her down below. And at first I was like thrown off, because you do make the individual pieces and then towards the end you put them all together as you're crocheting around the shell kind of thing. So it is no sew, but you do make the individual pieces. So like in my mind, when I think of no sew, I think of like I'm gonna create these pieces as I'm going around instead of having individual pieces that I add on later. But her instructions were really clear, really well thought out. Lots of what's the word? Not accommodations, modifications. Lots of modifications that you can make as far as like colors and theming and that kind of thing. So they were a lot of fun to make. And then I had to figure out how to embroider the eyeballs, because they were going to small children, and you know, less than a year old. Well, one of the kids was turning a year old and the other one was 3. And so like the three-year-old, they probably would be fine with the plastic amigurumi eyes, but the 1-year-old for sure no. And it would just break my heart if anything happened, and if anybody choked on any of this. I was like, I'm just gonna figure out how to embroider some eyeballs. So I did the best I could on those, and you know, when I gave them to the people there, the parents were like, oh, they look great, it's beautiful. And I'm like, oh, because you know how we always critique our own work too much. But anyway, so I'm practicing that, and I need to practice it anyway, because my baby isn't gonna have, I can't put plastic ass on his toys. So I'm practicing that. I'm excited about it, and you know, hopefully I'm getting better. So other little projects I've been doing, I made some scrubbies. My friend Shanice, she bought some scrub yarn from Joanne in this like teal color, and I held it together with some cotton from Hobby Lobby that I had gotten on their clearance sale. So I made just basic scrubby shapes. Here's a rectangle, a circle, and I just made a little solid grainy square to be a square shape. But she wanted me to make some scrubbies for her. I tried to do it with just the scrubby yarn, but it was so difficult to see the stitches. I couldn't keep up with where I was. It was all wonky and it just wasn't enjoyable. So I held it together with the cotton, and it was much better, and I feel like it feels more substantial. It feels like a scrubber, actual scrubber anyway. So I'm going to use up, I can't remember if I have more of the scrubby yarn or not. I had to look in my yarn closet, but I plan on using it up and gifting these to her, you know, just wrapping it up in a little like piece of ribbon or something like that and giving that to her. But I made some using this, I think it's called Scrubology from Hobby Lobby, that was gifted to me. I had a friend who, her daughter was dabbling in crochet, and so she had amassed a little bit of yarn, and when she got to be about 11, she's like, I don't want to work on it anymore, so they gave me her yarn that she had, and she had some Scrubology in there. So I made a few round, it was a yellow color, so I made some that kind of look like little lemons, and used those in my personal kitchen. I'm like, wow, I kind of like this is kind of nice. And so I kind of got on a kick where I wanted to like use up some of this yarn, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like use it up. Like I have this just little here, little there, put it together and make a scrubby out of it, do something with it. So I've been doing little things like that. I have considered making a log cabin corner to corner blanket to use at some of my scraps. I love to make scrap blankets. Now, like some people I've seen, they make a scrap blanket, but they make it really to where it like looks like a scrap blanket. It's not really made out of scraps. It's made out of yarns that they've just kind of put together. That they have full skeins of yarn that they're matching up together to make it kind of look like a scrap blanket. But like for me, when I say a scrap blanket, it means I have like a little bit of a ball left from when I made one of these blankets, and I've got several little balls that it was too much for me to want to throw it away, but not enough to make anything out of. So I'm going to put them together in a blanket that's going to be probably pretty ugly, but they always turn out to be the most comfortable blankets. I don't know if it's the change in texture, the change in weight, I don't know what it is, but they just always seem to be the most comfortable blankets. I don't know if it's because I can relax when I'm using it and not feel like I'm gonna mess it up, and I can put all this hard work into it. It's beautiful. I don't want to, snag it or stain it, or the dogs to waller on it. But like if it's a scrap blanket, I don't mind. I just made it out of scraps. It's fine. Like I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Hey, Mom. Sorry about that. That was my mom. But anyway, so like I was saying, scrap blankets for some reason to me are like the most comfortable blankets, and I think that's just because I'm comfortable using it and not worrying about messing it up or whatever. But anyway, I wanted to share one more thing that I've been working on, and I'm like super proud of it, okay? So it wasn't the original vision, but it came to fruition anyway. I have been wanting to make a watermelon bag, and I initially had thought that like the outside of the bag I would stitch it in a way that it looked like watermelon, and then line it with the watermelon lining fabric that I got from Dollar Tree. And then another vision I had for a different bag was my bag for my dog Victoria that we had to put her down in September of 22. And I want to make a bag and use her leash as the handles. And so for that vision, I have like a backpack vision. And I got some, a base, a pleather purse base from Temu, with the plan to use that to make the backpack for my Victoria bag. But it was a lot smaller, not a lot smaller, but it was smaller than what I anticipated it being. So when I went to start making the little backpack, I'm like, that's a little too small. Like, I want it to be a little bigger than that. So that backpack turned into this purse. Now here's the bottom. It's got the little feet on there, and it's the pleather. And so I did a little bit of stitching in the back loop only here for about 3 rounds to give it a little like texture, kind of like a, little extra, little fancy, and then for the handles, they're connected here. I stitched, when I was working around, I stitched to here, and then I chained 15, and then I started stitching the rest of the way and chained 15, and then just did another round around the handle here. And then the inside, I have my little coin purse that I got from Temu. Right now it just has like a couple pins in it. And then look at the lining. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have other fabrics that I was considering putting in here. And then this was not my original plan for this particular fabric, but I could not resist putting this watermelon in this bag. It just, to me, makes it pop. Like the little seeds in there are black, and the little I don't know, I just loved it. And I added this little strap here with the magnetic closure, and a piece here with the other half of the magnetic closure so that it magnetizes closed. I was trying to figure out, like, the closure, it's probably not the greatest closure, but it's the best I can do right now. I was trying to figure out, like, if I had made this a little longer and put the magnet on the other side, I could have made it come out like this. But then I have the back side of the magnet, because this would be turned the other way, the back side of the magnet showing, and I'm like, then I'd have to cover that up. I'm like, I don't know. So I just did it on the inside where it snaps right here together so that it's just on the inside. Now, one thing about this is because this is made in the round, it does have this little diagonal that shows, and it when I got to here, I turned to go the other way, and so it made a diagonal going this direction now. So I don't know if you can see that. Like, it's here and then here. So, you know, to me, that's the back side of the purse. You know, look at this side. But I really enjoyed how this turned out, and you know, I just like it. So I might make some more. I don't know. I also, when I was putting in the lining, actually turned it inside out, and I liked the way that looked, where you have basically the fabric on the outside and it has the crocheted rim at the top, and that just looked really nice too. But yeah, I thought, how cute is this? Like, it's not cute little bag, okay, and then boom, fun times on the inside. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm enjoying carrying it around. I haven't carried a bag in a long time, but I don't know, it's just so cute that that I've been carrying it around. I thought about making like a tassel thing to hang from it, but you know, I don't know. I'm gonna, for now it's finished, but I might go back and do that. I don't know. We'll see. So I am thankful that you've stuck with me this long. Thank you for listening to my update and being here, continuing to watch my channel. I really appreciate that. Upcoming videos. Let me get back to my notes, because, you know, pregnancy brain is real. I'm going to plan on sharing a video that shows my amigurumis that I made for my baby shower that I gave away, little cupcakes and things. A blanket tour. I need to share some blankets that I finished up. And I have a fun new hobby that I want to share with you guys that I have just been having a really good time with. So stay tuned for all of that good stuff. Thanks for joining me, and if you didn't know, it's yarn o'clock somewhere, so that means it's always time for yarn.